highlighting accomplished students who were wise beyond their years.
That's one reason why I came to the United States, to be able to continue my education.
Today on CityLine, we are introducing you to a group of go-getters.
I've worked since I could. I think from when I was 14, I got my first job.
Natural leaders.
I'm super proud of them. They're amazing human beings.
And inspiring athletes.
Coming back and playing, it was like the best thing that ever happened to me.
This morning, meet some incredible students who deserve a high five. Hello and thank you for joining us. I'm Antoinette Antonio in for Jessica Brown. All year long, News Center 5 has highlighted star students in our area. First this morning, we are introducing you to a high schooler who shines in the classroom, on stage, and in the art studio. Let's kick things off on the Cape, where we meet that impressive student in Barnstable. Just about everyone at Barnstable High School on Cape Cod is a fan of Cairo Dos Santos. Transferring over his sophomore year, he quickly fit right in, finding his place in performing arts.
I primarily play double bass right now, stand-up bass, in our orchestra. And then I also do theater here. I've been in a few productions here with the drama club, most recently Mamma Mia, where I played Harry Bright.
What would life be without a song?
For that role, Cairo had just a few months to learn the guitar. Not only is he a gifted musician and stage performer, Cairo is also a talented visual artist.
Well, I've always been into art, every type of art.
The school district recently highlighted how Cairo uses his art to spread a message about cultural diversity. This piece, in which he used his mom as his muse, holds a special place in his heart.
They're so proud of me, so I'm so happy.
Cairo's parents, immigrants from Brazil, instilled a strong work ethic in him. Along with music, theater, art, and maintaining a 4.64 GPA, Cairo's had to work part-time to help his family.
I've worked since I could. I think from when I was 14, I got my first job at the McDonald's.
So when applying to colleges, he wasn't just nervous about getting accepted, but also had to pay for it.
I never thought I could get into an Ivy League or anything like that.
But he did. 2 of them, in fact. And he's committed to Harvard, where he plans to major in neuroscience and linguistics on the pre-med track.
Who does that? Neuroscience and linguistics. I mean, what a combination. Plus, you throw in his art, his music, and you also throw in his warmth, kindness. How can Harvard not take him?
Even better, tuition, housing, and meals are all fully covered by financial aid. Cairo's talent, hard work, and sacrifice, all paying off.
We're so going to miss you, but I can't wait to see all that you accomplish in life and beyond.
Cairo Dos Santos, you are the ultimate Renaissance man, and because of that, you get this high five! Starting high school can be difficult enough as it is. Now throw in moving to a new country, learning a new language, and making all new friends. I had the privilege of meeting one student in Lynn who truly embodies the American dream.
It's hard. The rifle is heavy. It's 9.5 pounds. At first, when I joined, I thought I was never going to be able to do it. I saw people spinning the rifle, and then they were together. I said, no, this is impossible.
But Gafour Diallo is used to doing hard things, like moving to the U.S. just 3 years ago from his native Guinea in West Africa.
There were shootings, people being killed, and so for those reasons, schools used to be canceled, and then it was hard going to school. So that's one reason why I came to the United States, to be able to continue my education.
He's not just continuing his education, he's thriving at Lynn English High School. Not speaking any English at all, Gafour joined the school's junior ROTC program freshman year to help learn the language and make some new friends. Along the way, gaining a deep appreciation for his new country. How do you compare your life now compared to your childhood?
I mean, I'm grateful to live in this great nation, you know. There's nothing I could have asked, more. Living in this country, a different place, and learning new values, it's actually amazing.
He's the top cadet in the program. So, and that, one of the things that you can see clearly, when you look at the 14 leadership traits, one of the things that he has that really stands out is his enthusiasm and his dedication. So for those reasons and his exemplary leadership is why he was chosen.
On top of commanding officer duties, Ghafoor is also a drill team member. In fact, here he is at the State House Veterans Day ceremony in 2024. He shines academically as well, going from English learner classes to advanced placement classes, and now has a 4.3 GPA. Did we mention he was also the star kicker for the Bulldogs varsity football team?
So ever since I was a kid, I always liked football. Although we don't have a football team in Guinea, so I used to watch American movies, and then I used to see people hit each other with helmets and pads. So I always thought it was cool.
This is a student who is just amazing in every aspect. He's kind, he's dedicated, he's smart, he's honest. I mean, it's like he's just everything.
For being such an amazing role model for everyone here on campus, Ghafoor Diallo, you get this. A unique club is helping students who are brand new to school and in some cases new to the country. I went to Revere High School to meet the club's founder and learn how he makes other students feel right at home.
Please make sure that you show him around.
Jose Marin is reliving what it was like 2 years ago when he moved from Columbia to Revere during his freshman year of high school.
Oh, what is that? That's the library over here.
Oh, really?
Yeah, we call it the Learning Commons.
But he didn't get this guided tour and a built-in buddy like Cesar Marin. It's what every new student transfer receives now, thanks to Revere High School's Welcome Club. Do you wish you had something like the Welcome Club when you started high school here?
Let me tell you, 100%. Yeah, because I was lost in here.
From being lost to being the founder of the club, Jose came up with the idea because he didn't want anyone, especially those new to the country, to feel alone.
I didn't have anyone to tell me about what to do or where to go around the school. So I just got here and I didn't know about anything.
So, Cesar, when Jose told you about his idea for the club, what did you say?
I thought that was honestly a great idea. I know how intimidating it is to be new. I mean, I've only been new once, and I was in second grade, but still, it was actually terrifying.
In addition to welcoming new students when they arrive, giving the personal school tour, and introducing them to peers who speak the same native language, Welcome Club members also guide them through the daunting lunch period.
We'll sit with them, we'll show them where to get the lunch first off and make sure they get what they want, and then we just sit with them to make sure they don't have to be alone. And they're always invited to sit with us, even after that first day, for as long as they want.
And they don't hesitate to go the extra mile, this year showing new students how to use public transit after cuts to school bus funding, even helping out with things as simple as a haircut.
And he sent me a message like, I don't know how to get a haircut, can you help me? I said, sure, I can help you. So I took him to the barber shop.
The story with Michael, taking somebody to get a haircut, do they really need to do that? But the fact that they are doing that, it's great.
And you have a group here with a lot of empathy and a lot of compassion.
Yes, I'm super proud of them. They are amazing human beings.
Jose, Cesar, and the entire Revere High School Welcome Club, you get this. High five! So many incredible students right there. Coming up, determination, grit, and resilience. Meet two young athletes who are inspiring others from the gym to the court.